a lonely chime. My sheets are cold as stone. You're laughing at her sleepy smile in a world that's not my own. I memorize the ceiling cracks. You plan your sunny day. Two different kinds of darkness, and mine just won't go away. Yeah, your good morning is my good night. While you're stepping into daylight, I'm losing my last fight. Your hello, darling, to her ear is my last goodbye in the gloom. My perfume's just a memory, while hers is in your room. This heart keeps beat in midnight time, a slow and faded blue. Your good morning is my good night, and my love's no good to you. No, it's no good to you. I hear the milkman on the street, a distant clinking sound. You're probably tying up your tie while my dreams are still earthbound. The night has bled out all its black, left me hollow and exposed. You're choosing what you both will wear, while I'm just getting close. This one-sided love's a shift. I work with no break and no pay, watching your day begin without me at the end of mine. Yeah, your good morning is my good night. They say the world turns, baby, and maybe that is true. But my world stopped the morning I stopped turning with you. Now I'm just a ghost on the wrong side of the dawn, a melody you used to hum, a rose without its thorn. So go on, have your sunshine.
I picked out curtains in my mind for a window we don't own. A yellow kitchen, sun so kind, in a house we'll never know. I argue with you about a chair, the color of the wall, but you, my darling, weren't even there to hear my foolish call. I built us quite a future on a foundation made of sand, and you just wave from far away with another woman's hand. And I'm mourning the we that never was, a ghostly life that never drew a single breath, because the you and me I sang about was just a solo song. I was dancing with your shadow blessed day long. Yeah, the we that never was, it's the heaviest to bear. It's crying over memories that were never really there. No, they were never there. I bought 2 tickets to a show for a date you'd never said. I practiced all the things I'd say, words you'd never get. I learned to like your kind of jazz. I stocked your favorite wine, all for a man who wasn't mine, in a love that wasn't fine. It was a play with one actor on a dark and empty stage, me believing every line I wrote at every foolish age. And I'm mourning the we that never was. Oh, the worst kind of heartache ain't a love that goes away. It's a love that takes up residence and decides it's gonna stay, and build its little fantasy right behind your eyes, on a mountain made of wishes and a valley full of sighs. So don't you pity the girl who's lost a real and living man. Pity the fool who's grieving for a dream she never quite put there. So here's to the ghost house, the phantom wedding band, the unborn children of a never-ever land. I'm burying the we that never was today, with nothing in the casket but the silly games I'd play. The we that never was. The we that never was. Yeah, just us. That might have been, and a heart too good at imagining. You speak of church on Sunday in a dress of lace and white. You talk of Holy Spirit and a heavenly distant light, but my cathedral's furrowed row on row of blackened clay, where I bend my back in homage at the breaking of the day. No stained glass, just the sunrise burning red against the loam. No choir sings my matins, but the crows, they call me home. My prayers are made of sweat that drips down to the ground. My icons are the scars on these work-worn hands I found. You got your psalms and verses written down in ink so fine. My scriptures in the dirt, and my soul's in this backbone of mine. Yeah, it's bone and dirt, honey, that's my gospel truth. from a book I cannot read, while I'm planting seeds of fury from a dark and ancient sea. My knees ain't stained from kneeling on some cold and distant stone. They're stained with earth and effort, callous, heavy, and my own. The only ghost I answer is the whisper in the corn, the spirit of the harvest since the day that I was born. My prayers are made of sweat, my icons are the scars. They'll never build a statue for a woman made of soil, for the one who fought the weather with a lifetime of hard toil. But when the wind blows through the pine tops and the river sings its tune, they're singing my name, darling, neath a silver watchful moon. The song of bone and dirt, and a will that wouldn't break, for heaven's sake. Let your hymns be soft and sweet. My hymns a sound of thunder and the rain upon the wheat. My soul ain't bound for glory in some palace in the sky. It's bound right here to this dirt till the day I lay down and die. In this dirt, with these bones, that's my lullaby. Just bone and dirt, and the hurt that makes the green things grow.
Don't look to my for no innocent spark. Don't listen for wisdom when the room gets dark. Just look at these hands if you want the true story. The map of my labor, my pain and my glory. The nails are all broken, the skin's cracked and brown, from pulling life upward from the cold hard ground. They never held jewels and they seldom held his, but they've held the whole world in their work-worn abyss. Yeah, these hands tell the tale of a bone and dirt creed. They're the only Bible this poor girl will ever need. One line is a drought year, another flood. This scar is a memory written in blood. They ain't made for pleasing or dancing on air. They're made for the real work, the waiting, the care. These hands tell the tale, plain as day, plain as night, of a woman who wrestles with darkness for light. They've buried my kinfolk and patted the mound. They've soothed fevered foreheads without making a sound. They've snapped a chicken's neck quick and clean for the pot. They've tied up the rose vine that others forgot. There's grace in these fingers and violence in need of what's in my heart. The answer's been written right here from the start. Yeah, these hands tell the tale. Yeah, these hands tell the tale of a bone to peel. A lady's hands are soft, they say, like lilies pale and fine. My hands are roots and riverbanks, a stubborn twisted vine. They may not fit in satin gloves or grace a gentleman's arm, but they got a power in their grip to weather any storm. A power that comes from deep down in the marrow and the soil, the reward for a lifetime of love and of turmoil. So read the lines, go on and read them. Every valley, every crest. This is the story of my body putting willpower to the test. These hands tell the tale of survival, not a fragile, pretty dream. They're the engine of my soul, baby, and they're stronger than they seem. Yeah, these hands, they're all the truth I've ever had. Knuckle and joint, fingerprint and point. The story's in the bone, in the dirt beneath the nail that never comes out.
Energiczny, rytmiczny blues z elementami boogie-woogie na pianino i bodrego mnogarmoszki. I wasn't born in no satin sheet in a room of pink and pearl. I slid into this world screaming in a swirl of dust and swirl. My mama's bed was straw, no quills. The midwife wiped her brow with a rag dipped in the river, and she said, this child knows how to fight for sunlight, knows how to grip the clay. She's a clay-born woman, and she's gonna be that way. I'm a clay-born woman. Can't you see the earthy tone? My heart's a lump of riverbed, my flesh is flesh and bone. My hair's a tangled kudzu vine, my eyes a mud pool brown. My feet are flat from stomping down this rebel delta town. Yeah, clay-born woman, fired hard in sorrow's kill. I may not be a porcelain doll, but honey, I won't spill. I'm solid, I am here. I'm the harvest and the flood. I'm mixed up from the dirt below and the bone and the blood. You can dress me up in city silk, try to teach me city talk, but I'll always smell of rain on dust when we go for a walk. My strength ain't from no gymnasium, my grace ain't from no book. It's from carrying the water and the way my body took the punishment of seasons, the endless pull and lift. It's a clay-born kind of power, a fundamental gift. I'm a clay-born woman. They try to bake us soft and sweet like biscuits, light and fine, but some of us are sourdough with a tougher, stronger line. We rise with yeast of hardship, we're kneaded by the years, and we come out of the oven washing down our truth with tears. And laughing 'cause we're solid with the bread that feeds the soul, not the fancy frosted cake that crumbles, losing all control. So here's to all the clay-born girls with the earth beneath their nails, who know that pretty fades away, but grit and strength prevails. With the foundation and the field, with the furrow and the grain, with the bone that structures hope and the dirt that drinks the rain. I'm a clay-born woman, and I'm standing tall and true, and there ain't a storm on heaven's earth that I can't see right through, 'cause I'm made of it. Bone, dirt, clay, grit, that's it, that's it. Yeah, yeah. You got your starting lineup, your MVP, your star, the one you take to dinners in your fancy motor car. And then you got old reliable, sitting right here on a bench, always clean and ready in this heartbreak old French trench. I know your plays by heart now, I cheer from my small seat, praying for an injury so my chance could be complete. How terrible is that? I got the bench warmers blues, always tying up my heartstrings in these second fiddle shoes, warming up a spot for you that's always growing cold, watching your main attraction doing everything she's told. Yeah, the bench warmers blues, it's a special kind of shame, rooting for a fumble, so you might just call my name, just call my name. I'm your ninth inning pity when the game is going wrong. You're just in case on Friday nights, your midnight saddest song. You'll pass me by for photos for the family and the friends, but I'm the one who listens when the championship game ends, and you're feeling low and lonely, need a sympathetic ear. Then I'm your first string comfort for a minute, dear. I got the bench warmers blues, always tying up my heartstrings in these second fiddle shoes, warming up a spot for you that's always growing cold, watching your main attraction doing everything she's told. Yeah, the bench warmers blues, yeah, the bench warmers blues, yeah, the bench warmers blues. Yeah, even bench warmers get tired of the pine, never feeling sunshine, I'm never crossing that line. This uniform of hope I wear is getting thin and frayed, I'm trading my cleats of dreams for a pair of boots. I'm afraid boots made for walking right off this field of pain, to find a game where I can start and love me back again. So this is my resignation from the bench warmers blues. I'm leaving this old stadium, I'm paying all my dues. I won't be here to catch you if your star should ever fall. I'm taking my own ball and going home once and for all. Yeah, the bench warmers blues, you can keep them for the next fool in line. This heart's been promoted to being only mine. So this is my resignation from the bench warmers blues. I'm leaving this old stadium, I'm paying all my dues. I won't be here to catch you if your star should ever fall. I'm taking my own ball and going home once and for all. keep 'em for the next fool in line. This heart's been promoted to being only mine. Yeah, yeah, so blues, yeah, things through. Yeah, no more waiting for you. I'm off the bench and on to something new. Bye bye blues, yeah. I send my heart out like a letter with no return address. I shout my love into a canyon and I cause myself distress. 'Cause the echo never answers, it just fades into the blue. Everything I'm sending to you never finds its way back to my love's a one-way street, baby, leading straight to your front door. But from your door there ain't no road leading back to me no more. My love's a one-way street, can't you see the signs? All the traffic of my feeling in these heartache broken lines flows just in one direction, pours right into your hand, and you just let it pool there on your forgetful, careless land. Yeah, one-way street to nowhere, with a dead end at your heart. And I'm the fool who keeps on driving right from the very start. Right from the start, I built a bridge of understanding from my shore to yours. But your side's just a cliffside with no welcome, no open doors. I'm paying every toll with tears on this lonely, costly ride, with nothing waiting at the finish, just my wounded, foolish pride. The green light's always shining for me, heading your way fast, but the light you show is always red, a signal meant to last. My love's a one-way street. They got two-way radios, they got telephones that ring, but the line from me to you is live, and from you back, not a thing. It's like talking to a statue, loving someone made of stone. You take the warmth I offer, and you leave me here alone in the cold at my end of this road. So I'm putting up a roadblock on this one-way street of pain. I'm turning back the traffic of this pouring endless rain. Let your heart be an island, let it be a distant shore. My one-way street is closed, darling, I ain't driving down it no more. No, I ain't driving down it no more. little pieces, like you're feeding scraps to birds. I hurried, how you doing? And a couple careless words. I save 'em up and polish 'em like diamonds in the rough, and tell myself that maybe, just maybe it's enough. I'd trade a pound of my own pride for a single ounce of your smile, and stand and wait forever in your maybe please. I'm begging for a nickel worth of your time, for a look that's almost tender, for a reason, not a rhyme, for a conversation where your mind don't wander to the door, for a little bit of us I ain't imagined anymore. Yeah, a nickel's worth of your time, that's all I'm asking, please. While you're spending silver dollars on some other woman's breeze, on some other woman's ease. I'm learning all your schedules, so I might accidentally be right where your eyes might fall on me for a second, casually. I rehearse my lines and laughter, make it seem so free and light, for a 30-second audience with you on a Tuesday night. It's a poor girl's kind of loving, this hungry thin supply, watching the main course from the window with a tear in my eye. I'm begging for a nickel worth of your time. A rich woman's love gets diamonds, gets vacations, gets a name. My love gets crumbs from your table, and I bless 'em just the same. I'm a bank account of longing, with a balance near to nil, paying interest on a dream that you don't ever mean to fill. So take your fortune, darling, spend it elsewhere, spend it free. Just leave a little copper of your leftover time for me, just a nickel for me. I'll always beg for a nickel's worth of your time. It's the only currency you give this heart of mine. So I'll be here with my pauper's love so true, collecting tiny moments I pretend I had with you. Just a nickel's worth, it'll have to do. Spare change for a fool, your leftover smile, my golden rule. I walk the same cracked sidewalks where I learned to skip and run, past the same gray picket fences, underneath the same old sun. But the faces in the windows, they don't wave like they once did. They see a self-made ghost walking and they quickly lift the lid. On their coffee cups and gossip, and they wonder what went wrong with the girl who used to fit here singing somebody else's song. I'm a self-made ghost in a hometown that don't know me anymore. A familiar shape that haunts the corner grocery store. I'm the answer to no question at the Sunday service bell. A story they stopped telling, a slowly fading smell. Yeah, the loneliest kind of lonely ain't out on some lonesome road. It's being surrounded by your history and feeling the heavy load of knowing you're the stranger in the only place you've known. A self-made ghost in a hometown, walking these streets alone. They ask about my travels, but their eyes just ask, why'd you stay? They see the wild still in me that I couldn't give away. I see their tidy gardens, their partnered and steady lives, a different kind of prison where the spirit rarely thrives. We speak a language of how are yous that neither one believes. Two different kinds of islands with an ocean made of leaves. I'm a self-made ghost in a I carve this ghost myself, you see, with every no, with every turn. I let the old connections fade, watch the familiar bridges burn. Not in anger, but in stillness, a quiet, slow retreat into a world that's all my own, bitter and so sweet. So don't you feel sorry for the ghost you see. This phantom is the only thing that's truly wholly me. Музыкальный проигрыш, пианино и педальная слайд. Гитара создают ощущение ностальгии, отчуждения одновременно. I'm a self-made ghost in a hometown, a monument to choices that I laid in solid ground. I haunt my own decisions, I walk my chosen line, and the price for all this freedom is this quiet space. my own private heaven and hell, right here where the stories fell. A ghost doing just fine. I cast a long, long shadow when the evening sun gets low. It stretches out for miles behind me. On the dusty road I go. Men have come to walk beside me, tried to match me stride for stride, but they always seem to stumble or get swallowed up inside. The shadow that I'm dragging ain't made of common stuff. It's woven from the lightning and the times I've been too tough. And my shadow's the tallest thing I know. It's the only company that's willing to both lead and follow. Lovers call it darkness, said it chilled them to the bone, but it's just the silhouette of a woman standing on her own. Yeah, my shadow's the tallest thing I know. It don't need the sunshine, it just needs a place to grow right here with me. I've had offers of protection, strong arms to hide within, but they felt like pretty cages where my own light would grow thin. My shadow doesn't falter, doesn't question where I lead. It's a testament to every single lonely, stubborn deed. It's the map of all my secrets, the outline of my pride, the one thing in this world that has never ever lied. And my shadow's the tallest thing I know. And my shadow's the tallest thing I know. There's a tower in my solitude, built brick by choice. It's not a prison, it's a fortress, and I revel in the noise of the quiet, of the stillness, of the unshed deep delight. My shadow is the flag I fly upon this lonely height. You wanna reach me, you gotta love the dark I throw, and understand that sometimes a woman needs to be our hardened indeed. So let the world have partners, let them walk in pairs and teams. It's got a shadow that's the tailest damn thing you've ever seen. It's my advisor and my soldier, it's my history and my creed. It's the only love that's ever truly met my every need. My shadow's the tallest thing, and it's all he'll ever need. Риф затихает, остается только глубокая, резонирующая нота баса, похожая на отдаленный колокол. Tall and strong, and long, and chair across the table that just collects the dust, a second coffee cup that's chipped with a slow and steady rust. The porch swing only creaks in one voice now, low and lonely key, and the silence ain't the absence, it's a thing that's talking to me. It tells me all the secrets that the chatter used to hide, how my laughter had an echo till the echo up and down. The echo is my only company. It don't ask for nothing, it just answers back to me. It's the shadow of my footsteps on the old pine floor, the ghost of my own voice knocking on a memory's door. I don't need a conversation filled with hollow, pretty lies. My echo is my only company, and it never says goodbye. No, it never says goodbye. I used to fill this hollow house with music from the town, with borrowed laughter, borrowed dreams. I'd wear them like a crown. But borrowed things have a way of leaving when the debt comes due. They left me with the silence and a different point of view. Now I hear the house breathing, the settling of the beams, and I'm learning all the language of my long-forgotten dreams. And the echo is my only company. People say you must be lonely with that pity in their eyes. They don't understand the freedom in these unshared sunrise skies. Loneliness is for the crowded, for the ones who need the noise. I've got a quiet understanding with the shadows and my poise. This ain't a cry for help, it's just the truth stripped to the bone. My favorite conversation is the one I have alone. Музыкальный проигрыш, одиночная, виртуозная гитарная партия, звучащая в пустоте, диалог гитары с ее собственным реверберацией. Yeah, the echo is my only company. It's the truest love I've known, and it will always be. It don't break no promises, it don't pack up and run. It's the faithful, hollow companion of a choice I should have won. So let the world have its chorus, let the lovers have their tune. My echo is my only company beneath the lonely moon. Just the ringing in the quiet after the song, where I finally Your love was like perfume, a scent that filled the air, but it couldn't hide the hunger or the depth of my despair. It was pretty and it faded like a blossom on a vine, but what I'm made of, honey, has been here a long, long time. It's down marrow deep where the river of life runs slow, in the dirt of my foundation where the stubborn oaks grow. You can't kiss it away, no, you can't wish it gone. This strength is what's left standing when the pretty things move on. It's marrow deep, this feeling, it's dirt black, this pain. It ain't in my head for you to explain. It's in the ache of my hips from a lifetime of bed. It's in the soil I am from beginning to end. My tears are just water to make the clay soft. My joy is a green shoot that springs from the croft. Yeah, it's bone and dirt, darling, right down to the core. And I can't be anything less, not anymore. You wanted something spiritual, a soul you could save, but my soul's in the rhythm of the digging in the grave, of planting and of harvest, of the rot and of the birth. The oldest kind of magic here on God's green earth. It don't shine, it just endures. It don't sing, it just hums. The song of generations in my blood when it drums. So take your lofty notions, take your promises so grand, and understand you're holding just a woman made of land. It's marrow deep, this feeling. Sometimes at night I feel the earth turn, not in my mind but in my spine. I feel the weight of all the years, a legacy that's mine. It's not a curse, it's not a blessing, it just is a simple fact. A backbone carved from cypress wood, a spirit that's intact because it's real, it's solid. You can break it but it won't pretend. This is where the story goes when all the fairy tales move in. It's a marrow deep, this feeling, it's dirt black, this pain. It ain't in my head for you to explain. It's in the ache of my hips from a lifetime of bed. It's in the soil I am from beginning to end. Our tears are tended utterly deep, a story that's too ancient and too savage to be told. So love me at your peril or just turn and walk away. But what I am is planted here and it is gonna stay. Bone and dirt, marrow deep, a promise that the earth